folks along the road, just as they were standing. All the lads and lasses there, all with smiling faces, gathering along the Scotswood Road to see the bleeding races. We went to bleeding races.
Oh, it's back through Bartes!
1862 on a summer's afternoon, we took the bus from Bambers and she was heavy laden. Where we went along Collingwood Street, that's on the road to Bladen. Whoa, me lads, you should have seen us gunning, passing the folks along the road just as they were standing. All the lads and lasses there, all with smiling faces, gathering along the Scotswood Road to see the bleeding races.
Yes, people, what's going on again? John Sinclair TV back again. Tonight is a match review and player ratings short and neat. And I've got Tony and I've got Pete. Good evening, guys.
Good evening, John. Evening, Pete. All right.
Brilliant. So thanks so much for having us on, guys. And hope we're going to have a new signing very, very soon. I spoke to a guy called Luke. Hopefully he's going to come on very, very soon in the future. So, guys, if you like the video, like what you see, then just give it a like. Also, hit the subscribe button. So if you are new, if you like what you see, then if you like to super chat, then click on the $sign. And if you like to become a member, then click on the join button. So it's just 99p. So I like coffee. Hi to you. Hi to Andrew Kelly. I hope you're okay. I said hi, PD. Hi, John. Tony, what would you say? That's so lovely. And big up to Tom as well. I've been singing. We've got Bruno in the middle. Oh, dear. Still singing. You keep singing, mate. I think Longstaff had a good game yesterday. Okay, he did just got the ball away. In my opinion, I think done okay ever since the Arsenal game for last season, onwards and upwards. So with the lads, Luke Edwards, we'll see when he's up to, I wonder. And even if you want to win for the Mags of Flying, that's from Luke Mack. So, Pete, we start with you, mate. Give us a breakdown on yesterday's game against Tottenham. Give us a breakdown, mate.
Oh, it was just a fantastic win, wasn't it? We played very, very well down there. We really, really did. A little bit slow at first. There's Tottenham had some opportunities, particularly through Son. But we then started to get ourselves really going into the game as well. And, of course, it's great to see Wilson back on the score sheet again. It was never a foul. I can't believe how Jimmy Redknapp said that was a foul at all. It was a bit of a collide, and Lloris goes more into Wilson, and it's a good finish by Wilson with his left foot, chips it over. And Miggy, wow, what a superstar at the moment. He's just unstoppable. No one can get him at him at all, and the skill for his second goal was just phenomenal. The way he just gets in and manages to get back on his left foot to beat Lloris was just fantastic. Should have had a penalty before that, before Spurs got their goal back. That's a penalty for me. Because if we get that, I don't think Spurs get that goal back. But we didn't panic. We didn't panic at all when Spurs did get the goal back. We managed to hold on. We did have an opportunity as well, which Willicard thought Wilson was going to get on the end of that. Unfortunately didn't, but saw the rest of the game. 3 points is ours again.
Thank you very much indeed, Pete, for that. Totally giving to you, my guy. Give us your breakdown. Giving to you. Hope you're okay. Give us your breakdown of your last night's game, mate.
Oh, well, we said it yesterday, John. Was a great game. And yeah, we did start off sloppy at first. Son had a couple of chances, and I think as soon as the second minute, that one that just gone over the top of the bar. But once we got the goal, which was never a foul or anything, not even a hint of offside, because they checked all three. They checked offside, a foul, a handball even from Wilson. Obviously none of that. And even Dermot Gallagher backed that up today and said, no, Wilson made no foul whatsoever. He says, in fact, he says it was Lloris that made the foul. He says, because Wilson was trying to get to the ball. He says, and he didn't even have his arm on Lloris either. He says, and he says simply, it's down to a goalkeeping error. And he says, and for Lloris to shout off saying that he's like not happy about the decision, he says, well, unfortunately, you need to look at himself. And I thought, well, that's well said from Dermot Gallagher, because normally, you know, sometimes he goes against us a bit. But no, I mean, you know, yes, we had the sloppy start, but then Wilson scored. And once Wilson scored, we just looked in total control, and their fans were getting on their backs, which was brilliant because, you know, that every time they done a straight pass, the fans were on their backs booing, you know. When they were trying to attack, they then went back to their goalkeeper and the fans got on their backs again, booing. And I was loving it. I was like, this is what I want to see, because I want to see this happen more and more, because I want us to go to grounds and have a bit of shithousery about us, but also give these home teams, especially the so-called Big Six, when we go to their patch, we want to get their fans on their back, because even like Callum Wilson says, you get their fans on the back, he says, and that plays right into your hands. And he says, you know, and that's what, I mean, Almiron took his goal really well. You could probably say Lloris probably made an error again there, but,
yeah,
you know, you can't take it away from Almiron. He's got, at the end of the day, he's hit the back of the net, so he's on fire at the minute. Mr. Motivator, well, also known as Jack Grealish, has given some motivation. And I wonder if Jack Grealish has got the balls, and I'll say the balls because he probably needs big balls to do it, to come out and say, actually, I'm sorry that I took the pay out of Almiron. You know, and fair play to him if he did do that, but I doubt he will, because like I say, he ain't got the pay. So yeah, and then second half, yeah, like Pete said, that was a penalty. It was a penalty. He had his hand, you know. And then when VAR looked at it, this is what made me laugh even more about Emerson Royale or Chicken Royale, whichever you want to call him. But when VAR said no penalty, he was still raging at the referee, saying, well, I hit me head. And I'm like, why are you going on at the referee? You've not given the penalty away. You've got away with it. So why are you going on about, you know, why are you going on about it? You know, and I just thought, what an idiot. And then obviously he did get booked, didn't he? But yeah, overall, no. After they scored, Nick Pope didn't have a save to make. And, you know, when you're watching the games now, it's the pressing and the intensity that was shown. Tottenham didn't know how to deal with that. They couldn't deal with that intensity and pressure. And I mean, you know, where I work, I mean, I've only been in my new job just over a week. This is my second week there. And the ops manager there, he's a Spurs fan. And he said to me this morning, he went, oh, and I went, oh, did you see that? He went, yeah. He says, no, he says, actually, he says, fair play to Newcastle. He says, they were the better team than us. He says, you deserved that. He says, we didn't even deserve a draw. He says, and I don't know why Conte is coming out and saying that for. And I said, well, yeah. But no, overall, great win. And yeah, I don't care how you win as long as we get the 3 points. And to go down there, get the 3 points, go fourth in the league as well, even better. And you know, and it's onwards and upwards, and go on to Villa next, and then obviously if we can go to the World Cup, only losing one game,
yeah,
you don't know where we could, you know, we could still be stuck. We could still be in that top four. And before I quickly go off as well, if you look at Eddie Howe, I think Eddie Howe's starting to have a bit of a swagger about him. He's got a bit of Mourinho about him, if you notice, especially at press conferences. I mean, when he was asked about the money yesterday, he said to the Sky reporter, he says, look, it's got nothing to do with the money. He says, give the players credit because a lot of them were already at this club. He says, you know, he says, we've already changed the way we're playing. He says, so, he says, give the lads credit. Don't bring money into it. And I thought, well said, Eddie, well said. And, you know, it's about time the likes of these Sky reporters and everybody else just laid off and just actually looked. It actually looked at what's going on, you know, and yeah, absolutely brilliant and fantastic. And I've got a little stat thing for you in a minute, but you can come back to me on that one.
Okay, that's fine. Thanks for that, Tony. I'll go through the comments as well. Go for quite a few coming through. Please give it a like as well, please, people. Just give it a thumbs up as well because it improves my channel. Thank you so much indeed. And big up to Andrew. I thought the scoreline flattened Spurs controlled that game from Pope, Sif and Key in the first half. Content Mona after the game, great as well. I watch VR Tottenham TV and the fans are not happy at all whatsoever. Still buzzing as well from Dean. Big up to you, Dino. Big up the Static Arsenal fan. He'd be delighted. Welcome back. Thank you, mate. Big up to Lookman. He's a Spurs fan. Hit the subscribe button, mate. Hi, everyone. Big up to you, mate. And Levy out. And here, John and panel, well done to Newcastle. Thank you so much indeed. It's on fire. Newcastle served the win. Thank you so much indeed. See, look, some Spurs fans are gracious in their defeats, by the way. Tony, facts. You saw me comments about Almira on Aston Statics. Big up to Gary Douglas, by the way, as well. I missed your comment, mate. I do apologise. Even to Paul. Big up to, okay, St. Luke's City now after what he said about Steve Almiron. Grealish is in the mud. That's all I'm going to say on that guy. He is in the mud. People are comparing us to Liverpool for a year ago with the high pressure of our fitness levels and intensity. Yep, we are playing the press as well. Big up to Sefton, Hall out of you. Big up to Davey as well. Grealish, welcome back, John. Big Tony on a great job on you. We're big up, Tony. Thanks a lot indeed. What's the crack? What's the flipping story, Del Boy? Do you know what I mean? Big up to Nicola Robson as well. Big up to Nicola as well. If she wants to come on my channel one day, she's always welcome to come on as well. And Carol Gooden. Took me so long to catch a live vid. Due to the work. Glad to finally catch her on. Carol, do us a favor, man. Give it a subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, mate. We're on a regular basis. Keep your eyes peeled for our content as well. And my take on the game, I thought after shaky start, I mean, Spurs started quite well, and Son had a shot time straight at Pope. He had one just over the bar, land on top of the net instead of into the net. Then another chance trying to do a messy chip, which Nick Pope do well to Reddit. Harry Kane, teased Fabian Schär. Another great chance for Spurs, but Nick Pope saved his foot. And then the goal came against run of play, really, but it's all down to a clash between Lloris and Wilson and got on each other's way. Wilson got a bit of him, did a lovely chip over the top into the back of the net. And then the second goal, Spurs fans are furious of Lloris. Give the ball away to Longstaff. He passed to Almiron. Legler got done for piss, and then it was 2-0. For me personally, I was comfortable. I was comfortable at 2-0 up, by the way. Even when Harry Kane got one back, I felt comfortable. It's all about game management, and Newcastle done it so well. We defended so well, defended properly. Sven Botman, in my opinion, that guy is world class. He is absolutely on point. The way he defends, we love this guy. I'm running out of plaudits for this guy, by the way. What else can I say about him? I really don't. I just run out of good things saying about this guy. You know what I mean? Give this guy a new deal. That's all I'm saying. Gordon, hi to you, mate. Hope you're okay, mate. I think Spurs are lucky to get the one goal. Our defence is indestructible as well. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Got some comments from Miggy as well. He was asked about his performance, and he said, I'm very happy about the goals, but I think you have to focus on the efforts of the whole team. My teammates are working so hard, which means I'm able to score goals, which is really important to me. We just have to keep working hard, focus on ourselves, and win the games that we have coming up. And that's from Miggy. Pete, what's your take on Miggy's comments, mate?
I think he's been very honest there. It is down to teamwork as well, because they're also helping him to get the goals as well. And that's what it's all about in terms of a game of football. Team effort. Not just one individual, all the team helping all the other teammates out to win a football match. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Tony, I mean, check out his goal again. And I tell you what, the way he left Legler for dead and the finish, Tony, was absolutely fantastic. What's your comments on him, please?
Yeah, he's been on fire this season. I mean, he was on fire in pre-season, and and he's carried it on, and he's scoring more regular now. Don't want to put the pressure on Mickey. It'll not happen. May not happen before the World Cup, but I think definitely after the World Cup by the end of well, no, I'm going to stick my neck out. I'm going to say by the middle of January, Miggy will be in double figures by then. He's already on 6 now. And so if he scores in every game till the World Cup, that's now 3 league games, isn't it? So, that's Villa, Southampton and Chelsea. If he scores in them 3, he's already on 9 then. So, and we come back and start again Boxing Day. And if he scores then, that's 10. He's got 10 on Boxing Day. So I'm saying by the middle of January, he'll be in double figures. And he could be well in double figures well before then. But that's what I'm saying. And, he's absolutely spot on with these comments, what he said. Down the team morale, even Eddie Howe says, I'm keeping my feet on the ground. And you see the report I tried to get out of him, and this is again, about Eddie Howe. He's proven himself even more now as a manager. He says, the reporter said also, so is this the aim now, stay in the top 4? And Eddie went, I'm not thinking of that. And he says, yeah, but you're staying in the top 4. And Eddie went, he says, you've had this win today. And Eddie went, yeah, but I'm already thinking of the next game. And he sort of laughed and went, oh, come on, Eddie. He says, I'm asking you the question. He says, do you want to stay in the top 4? And he went, no, I'm already planning the next game. And he went, well, I just thought you'd answer the question. He went, well, I've answered your question. Like I've just said to you, I'm planning the next game against Villa. So that's my answer. And I think this is where I think Eddie's got a bit of swagger about him now. And he's like, yeah. And I think there's a lot of, don't get me wrong now, I think there's a lot of clubs out there now looking at how well Eddie Howe's done now. And I reckon a lot of these fans, some of the clubs who laughed when we took Eddie Howe on, they're all looking now thinking, hang on a minute, what a bloody job he's doing. And, and he's got owners with unlimited money, basically. Mm-hmm. And he can handle the big players. I mean, Bruno's even come out and said how much he loves Eddie Howe and he's training and everything, And so it just shows you where he is. And that thing, John, I don't know if you saw it's been around all over social media today. It says our back 5 cost £5 million less than Harry Maguire.
I've seen that, yeah.
Our midfield cost £6 million less than Casemiro. And our front 3 cost £5 million less than Anthony. So, but all they say is we've paid our way to success. Absolutely, John. We that's 3 Man United players, and our midfield, defence, and up front is cheaper than what theirs is. That just shows you we're not a Man United who go out and pay for success. We'll do it the right way.
Totally agree. We spend money on the right areas, on the right characters, and also, right, they got to fit in the team. We do not do prima donnas at our football club. We don't do players with bad apples or bad attitude. It's got to be for the right reasons. And I think that our spending, our recruitment has been absolutely fantastic, guys. It really, really is. If we carry on like we are, we'll be fine. So, well said, guys. And Lookman, Spurs fan, our injuries are sure how bad our squad depth is. Well, Antonio Conte's done 200 million or something like that. And he's got players out as well. Big up to Andy, by the way. Yeah.
Thing is, John, they're all shouting Levy out, but he's not the actual owner of Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. He's only the chairman. These people need to realise it's Joe Lewis if they want him out. That's the guy who's in charge of Tottenham Hotspur. But he doesn't get involved, and he leaves it all to Daniel Levy. But Daniel Levy isn't your owner, Tottenham. It's Joe Lewis. So, but maybe he needs to get rid of him. But, I don't care. They can suffer as much as they like. But Conte can come out with the excuses that he's playing a Champions League game and then he's playing Premier League. I'm sorry. We've just played 3 games in 7 days. So,
exactly.
And we've got 7 points out of it. And do you see Eddie Howe? Whinging? Do you see us changing the team much? No, because we kept the same back 4 all the way through. The only team change we done yesterday was Willock went out. Willock came in for Murphy. And it's just like I just don't get what his beef is. Why he's whinging about how many games has been played when we're all playing the same amount of games, and we've not had any problems with it. So. You know, I just think it's just an excuse that he just doesn't want to say that we were the better team. Because, I mean, I don't know how deluded that man Conte actually is. And I'm so glad we ain't got him as a manager because he's arrogant. He's too arrogant in my eyes.
Yeah.
But to stand there and say Tottenham deserved a draw. No, mate, they didn't deserve a draw. You deserve to lose because we were the better team on the day.
Mm-hmm.
And if you take your chances well in the first half, then you might have won the game. But you didn't take your first half chances there. We took our chances. That's why we won the game.
Son looks well off form this season.
I know.
He looks well off form this season.
I'm a big fan of Son. I'm a big fan of him, but you're right.
He just looks so off form this season.
Absolutely. I think, to me personally, I think Spurs have been found out because we know now if you nullify Kane, nullify Son, then we win that game. But they badly missed Kulusevski on the right-hand side and they badly missed Højbjerg yesterday as well in the midfield as well. But
same with Romero.
Romero at the back as well, yeah. In the back three, I tell you what, Romero will not allow Miggy to get past him that easy. No way. Absolutely no way. Then again, I'm not a Spurs fan. I'm just saying how it is. Don't you think that was a blatant penalty? Yes, it was. 100%. Why did it not go the far? I don't know. But the referee bottled it again. The referee was very poor yesterday. He was awful. Some big six fan channels are talking about Man United versus Chelsea and Spurs losing, then realised that Newcastle's fixture meant that we climbed to fourth and they started discussing about our phones, a threat. Now, let's be real, right? Eddie Howe's put a good team there, right? It's buying the right players, yeah, in my opinion. But at the end of the day, we're playing so well, that's why we're fourth. There's a reason why we're fourth, because we are defending properly. We got a defense, we defend like Trojans. We conceded the least goals this season, 10, right? Trippier's the leader. Botman's a world-class defender. I was saying that right now, yeah. Even Dan Burn is getting into the act as well. Fabian Schär, right? People say he's the average player. Today, he is top class. He really, really is. So I think people now need to take Newcastle United seriously and go for it as well. Just watch us go. We win the next 2 games, Aries. Looking forward to playing News in Champions League. Come on, the Gunners. I tell you, that'd be fantastic, and it really is. I know it's a fast stretch, but I don't think we're ready for Champions League just yet. We don't have the squad depth for the games. We are ready at 1 injury's length and being in trouble now. Cairo, mate, we need to improve in January, and then maybe we will improve in January because they're going to back it out of the hill.
Yeah, Tony. There's a guy on Twitter here. I don't know if you saw his tweet. He's called Mark Trainus. He's a Spurs fan. And he's putting a challenge out, John, right?
Yeah.
He says, if any podcasters out there want to cover the topic of time wasting, ball in play in football, let me know. I'm happy to take part. Beginning to sound like a stuck record today. Sorry, but really starting to annoy me, and not just because we lost.
Well, Mark, if you listen to the channel, mate, you can always come on and you can explain yourself right. And then, you know what? We'll put you straight as well, mate. But at the end of the day, some of these fans are so salty, right? We had Douglas came on yesterday, Liverpool fan. He is a fantastic guy. I love him as a podcaster. Him and Macy are the fast-growing podcasters in months, yeah? And Doug was full of praise in Newcastle United. I will see the same of his team as well. But I don't know who this guy is, but I tell you, he's being very salty. So at the end of the day, yes.
Thing is, John,
yeah,
right, you tell me who is the worst player in the Premier League at this moment in time. That's to you and Pete. That does time wasting every game on a regular basis. Who is it?
I don't. That's a good question. You have to tell us, Tony.
It's T-Rex, Little Arms, Pickford. He's the worst for
it. Absolutely.
How many times does he grab the ball and then go down on the floor and sit on it?
Yes.
Just like Pope did yesterday. Pope's starting to do it now, which is great. But I mean, why not?
Yeah.
It just uses up a few seconds. But if you watch Pickford, he does it all the time. He done it in the Liverpool derby last season.
He did.
Every time he got the ball, and then Alisson done it and started taking the mick out of him. And the Liverpool fans give him a cheer for it. But, you know, they talk about Nick Pope being a time waster. Go and look at T-Rex. He's the worst for it.
Absolutely right, man. But at least they've got us, yeah? Listen, at the end of the day, right, maybe if you take your chances, don't worry about us, right? Don't worry about us. We should worry about them. Simple like that. Got some breaking news, by the way, for bits of Romano, right? Aston Villa could be getting a manager who we couldn't get last season. Yeah, according to reports in Spain, Villarreal sources feel Unai Emery will leave the club in the next couple of hours. He's expected to take the Aston Villa job. Talks are at the final stage, with Aston Villa prepared to pay $6 million compensation release clause. So just making news that Unai Emery could be Aston Villa's next manager. What's your thoughts on that, Pete?
That's a bit. Wow, I thought. I don't get why he's going there. He's managing a team that's in Europe, really, in a way. And he's going from there to a team that could be well in a relegation battle this season. It's a bit strange because he rejected us last season as well. Because when we were in a relegation battle, he rejected us. So it's a bit strange why he turned us down last season, but he wants to apparently go to Aston Villa to manage them, who could well still be sucked into a relegation battle this season. It's a bit strange. It's strange for me.
Very, very strange. I don't get an appointment whatsoever, but big up to Villa. Big up to Villa if they get him, by the way. Big up to them. Go on, Tony.
Is this another ploy, John? Could this be another ploy? Like Emery linked to Villa, and then Villarreal will come out and say, "Oh, hang on, we'll give you another improved contract on top, so you're on a shitload more money." And then you go, "Oh yeah, I'll sign that. No, Villa, I'm not coming now," like he did with us. I mean, the thing is, all right, Villarreal at the moment, they're sitting 7th in La Liga, and like Pete says, why the hell is he leaving a team that's in Europe and also lying 7th in La Liga to come to a team that is struggling? Yes, they look good yesterday, winning 4-0 against Brentford. Ivan Toney had something to say about that after the game and said it was disgusting the way Brentford played. He says they played like children. And that was his assessment on the game. But also there is a link as well that Villa are after Thomas Frank as well from Brentford.
Yeah. I tell you, he's just on a new deal, though. And I just don't think he'll be leaving Brentford anytime soon. I just don't think he will. I really don't. No. I think he loves Brentford too much. That is the thing. But Thomas Frank's an ambitious manager. He really is. But it's going to leave Brentford and go to a team that's going to be fighting relegation. I don't think Thomas Frank could do that at all whatsoever. I think he would stay at Brentford, you know what I mean? Because he's loved at Brentford. And like I said, the guys ain't greener, but I think he's safe at Brentford, safe as house this year. But I think it'll turn him around. But for me, it's going to be very interesting. But if Unai Emery goes to Villa, I'll be absolutely shocked. That's all I'm going to say on that.
If he does, John, what reception is he going to get on Saturday at St James's Park? Emery.
We're not worried about him that much. Villa fans give him a great reception. Do you know what I mean?
But we'll give him a hell of a reception. Or we'll give him some booze, won't we? Because obviously the way he messed about with us, didn't he? So
could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
Could be interesting.
Very interesting.
And you'll be there, John.
I'll be there on Saturday, 100%, and see me last as well. So looking forward. Newcastle will beat Daniel Levy and his sidekicks in their own backyard. Don't remember, Daniel Levy didn't want to take on Leo. He sat with Richard Masters as well. He must be pig sick. How said we deserve to be high in the table, but he mentioned the Palace game and Bournemouth game. Yeah, absolutely right. And Cairo, 100% Paul should be second, but people will say we have spent stupid money. No, we spent our money well and on the right type of players. That's a big difference. Thank you, Luke. And what's PD drinking? Just being nosy?
Oh, just on water tonight.
Good, man. Big up to Chess for all of me mods. Hi to you. And big up to Lynn as well. Lynn is lovely, by the way. And, she talks to us on a DM. Thank you very much for that, Lynn. I hope you're okay. Thanks for all the retweets as well. Big up to this awesome podcast, even to you. And we've done you a favour yesterday, and we are just loving it. Levy owns 30% of ENIC, so 30% he owns that club. That's all right. Lester, you're here, even to you. Thanks so much for tuning us up yesterday. We're beating that lot. Yes. Evening to Truls, and evening to you again, Truls. Hope you're okay, my guy. And PDKI to you. Hi, Les. amazing result yesterday. Maybe we can get Grealish to be a motivator speaker if he has any of the vets on the player as well. Good luck with that one there.
No.
Spurs are only controlling around their box around us to dominate the midfield. I thought Bruno had an excellent game yesterday. Harry Sefton again. And Jules, thank you so much for the super chat, mate. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much indeed. And it's not the first time he's done that, but Jules, share the love to you, share the love to Norway, share the love to you, my guy. Appreciate that. Thank you so much indeed. Jesse is just celebrating. And wow, so look, the more of supporters whine, the better we are doing. You're absolutely right, Jules. Totally agree. Richard, these Newcastle should move down south towards on. I'll talk about it in just a bit, guys.
Apparently, Magpie Channel TV's just uploaded a video of that, so no doubt Rennie will be having a good rant about that. I mean, what the hell? Why do we want to move to London?
I just don't get it at all whatsoever. I think Richard Keys is trying to wind up Newcastle fans up again. He's a happy.
Richard Keys is just an idiot, or more than an idiot.
Absolutely, he is indeed. Alan, I miss your comments, mate. They all do a bit of time wasting. I 100% agree with you on that one. Unanimous, complete mismatch for Villa. It won't end L. Any team with Mings in deserves to be relegated. I tell you, Tyrone Mings is absolutely hopeless, by the way. Link to the show tonight, guys. Yeah, I hope he plays Saturday.
If he plays, we've got a massive chance.
We have indeed. And he rejected us because our local press leaked the story before an hour before the Champions League game, said the club wasn't ran right. That's what Emery said. And if that is true, I tell you what, we don't miss him at all whatsoever. Class manager he is, but you don't come out and see things like that.
Well, it didn't work out for him at Arsenal, really, did it?
Not really.
No. If he goes to Villa, it's going to definitely work out there.
Totally.
Not even the PSG either. Didn't work well either.
Not really. I know he's won the Europa League with them, but yeah.
According to Jules, he said, I think it's fun that Chelsea has said that Bruno G is on their shopping list. Well, good luck with that. At the end of the day,
off, no chance.
And the guest stuff. Sorry. Don't matter who Villa gets manager, still beat him on Saturday. Totally agree.
Yep, absolutely.
And credit to from Spurs fan, credit to Newcastle, quality support yesterday. I found you lot and deserve to win. Lily White Lane, come back again, man. Thank you so much indeed. And if you can, please hit subscribe buttons for me, mate. And this I'll get on the show one day for the game St James's Park. So big up to you, my guy, and I really appreciate that. If you can come see, look, it goes to show. I mean, opposition fans, they're always welcome at any time. Big up to the Godfather, hi, John Pete, Tony Moss, viewers. You guys have got a job for Villa, hire your own scouts. Totally agree. And please hit those and consider subscribing if you're new to the channel or the show. Thank you so much indeed there for Jessway. And good vibes to you as well, mate. What's your opinions on Dan Burn playing left back? Should it be starting over Target? You know what it is, right? My opinion, he's not my left back. I prefer his defence. But Pete, he's done a cracking job at left back.
He has done very well. And the fact is Eddie Howe doesn't want to break up that back four, which is really working. So even though we're worried that Dan Burn could be outdone by pace, but he's doing very well now in that position. And Eddie Howe doesn't want to break that up at the moment because it's been so really comfortable for us, even though Dan Burn may not have a lot of pace as well. But the defense is just so strong at the moment. So Eddie Howe, as I mentioned, just doesn't want to breaking that up at the moment.
Absolutely. I totally agree there, Pete. Now you get how we feel about Richard Keys. Less about him, the better. Exactly. He's an absolute prick. He really is. Excuse me, French. I've seen a video on Twitter today. The Muppets. I've got to see their player ratings as well. It's going to be peak. But the thing is, the guys are so honest as well. We will never move to Fairyland. Exactly. That's one win. He is indeed Gareth. And we've got one here for Merrick Grimdos. How are you, lads, from Romania? Newcastle's on fire. We've got some from Romania. Thank you so much indeed. Hit the subscribe button, please, mate. If you can, that'd be fantastic. Thank you very much indeed. And Merrick sounds a great guy as well. So, yeah. So about Eddie Howe, do you think, Tony? Right, I have to ask the question. Do you honestly think that is going to be approached by England anytime soon? Because I'm worried.
Well, one, it depends how well we do in the World Cup. And I'll say how well because, you know, if England managed to get to a semi-final again in the World Cup or something like that and go out there or whatever, then that probably saves Southgate's bacon. But I think anything less than a semi-final, I think he could be walking. And if he does, I would say maybe slightly worried, but not overly worried, because when you've heard what Eddie Howe had to say about the England job, he sort of said he enjoys doing the day-to-day training ground stuff. With England, you don't do it day-to-day. You only do it every so often. So I don't think Eddie would go, to be fair. I think they would come knocking for him. They won't go for Potter because there's no way Chelsea will let Potter go. Not that they've just got him on a 5-year deal. So unless the FA are going to pay a stupid amount of money for him, I think it'll go to someone like maybe a Bielsa or a Pochettino, or even a Tuchel, because he's even said he wants it. And that's fine by me, because as long as I keep away from Eddie Howe's front door, then that's, you know. But I can say our owner's not entertaining the FA either. So to be fair, John, I think I'm not worried about it, to be fair. You know, and Eddie's going to be with us quite a few years, maybe more than that. Mm-hmm. And I think he's going to do a fantastic job with us.
Yeah.
I still stick by my prediction that I said before the season started. Win the Carabao Cup, finish 7th. But if we finish in the Champions League place at the end of the season, even better, John, you know, because nobody would have expected that. But saying that, Eddie wants to be able to win trophies.
Yeah.
And I think he's just taken off as a manager. And I think he's taken off as a manager. All these people who said, oh, yeah, he took Bournemouth down. I think, yeah, okay, fair enough. Bournemouth got relegated. Mm-hmm. But also, if you look at it, though, it wasn't just the fact that Bournemouth got relegated. It was the fact that goal that Villa scored against Sheffield United, which if the technology had been working that night, wouldn't have been allowed anyway. So Villa would have gone down. So, you know, they were robbed in a way, Bournemouth. But he's still a better man and a better manager now. And I think a lot of clubs are probably looking at him and thinking, wow, hang on a minute. You know, and I just hope that if one of these other clubs see if they got rid of the manager, they don't come knocking for Eddie, but then again, we've got the power to say, no, we're not run by Sports Direct anymore. No. We're run by proper owners now, John. And these proper owners have already said we're not a selling club no more. And even Dan Ashworth said that.
Absolutely. I tell you what, the sky's the limit being a Newcastle fan, real talk. Just to go back about the Spurs, right? I mean, I can't say making top 4. I don't think they get top 4 this season. I really don't, because they're playing too many games like Conte is saying. I think Conte is making up excuses. He knows full well that they got beat by a better team on the day.
Yeah.
And we stand by that.
Yeah. I think Conte sets up quite negative at times as well.
He's still a world-class manager. Yeah.
Well, I just think he sets that team up negative at times.
Yeah.
And he's got players in there who aren't good enough. We already talked about Emerson Royale. My God, he's one of the worst right-back, wing-backs I've seen in the Premier League. Yeah. And their defence is really not good as well. I know Dyer's probably doing better this season, but he's still not highly rated. That Sanchez, not for me at all. The midfield's not that great as well.
No. Poor bird.
Shame Dyer didn't curl that ball a bit more, because it would have gone in, Pete, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Exactly. That's a warning sign. That was a warning sign for Tottenham, by the way. And what's the second things to come? And that's exactly what happened. They didn't heed that warning. Simple as that. Go for the cons, go for the favourite. Go on, Tony.
Yeah, when he done that, I thought, hang on a minute. Didn't think Maguire was playing for Tottenham. I thought, Eric Dyer.
Exactly. Yeah. You don't see Sven Botman do that neither. No chance. That's why this guy's
Jamie Redknapp mentioned that on Sky. He said you know, they've got Sven Botman. He says, and you've got to remember this guy's only 22. And he says, what a hell of a defender he is. And that's come from Jimmy Redknapp. So he had some positives to say about us.
Absolutely.
And he thinks Eddie Howe's doing a fantastic job as well. He says, probably a better job than most people ever thought he would do.
Fair enough. Let's go on to the comments. Go for the player ratings. I agree with Dan about Burn. He's being talked about England call-up. I just can't see him getting it. I don't think Southgate's interested at all. I think as soon as McCready or Kraft are back fit and Trippier has cover, Tom will be back in left back. He's an early cover. I hope this piece of points to Southgate, adding Burn to the squad. That's a fair comment there. It really is. If we get 2 quality players in Jan, we could end up anywhere in the top half, to be fair. And I don't think how you're taking England job even is off. And Jason. Jason, please hit the subscribe button as well. Go back to what Jules said as well. For me, all right, if you can get him, I tell you what, that Zielinski for Napoli will be a cracking acquisition, by the way. I think this guy is brilliant. He's having a cracking season. And if we can get him, that will be brilliant. I just don't think Napoli will sell him to us at this moment in time.
Get Madison.
Madison. Yeah. If you
That's
can't get
what we need,
Madison,
John. Because he can play right wing and centre mid. So you've got, he's covered everywhere. Plus he's creative as well. So get Madison and Assay.
I agree. Just offer the money for Leicester kind of turn up doing like, you know what I mean? But James Madison should look at the terms and say, right, you know what? We're fourth. I can push this team on. And hope he does it. Still waiting for John to pass the Turkish Delight around. I can't anymore Turkish Delight because I'm back on a keto diet. But thank you very much indeed.
Did you not bring any back with you, John?
Yeah. The ones, the Turkish nuts I brought, right, the Fethiye, right, they're beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So if anyone go to Fethiye, let us know. I tell you where to go, right? You can get some with no chemicals in the Turkish delights, yeah. It is so fresh, it's so beautiful, and you can get a box of them, about 12 big chunks of about 20 quid a box. It is absolutely worth the money.
I'll tell you what's good about Turkey as well, John. I mean, I had one and it was absolutely brilliant. And I don't know if you I think you said on your Twitter you had one as well, but a Turkish bath, you can't beat one of them, I tell you now.
Absolutely. Yeah, go to all of these sort of things. A little bit pricey, but at the end of the day, right, you get
worth it.
An hour and a half. Yes, what you do, you get like a wash, blah, 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 and then you get a massage on top as well, face mask, you get a lot, and it's worth the money. So anyone's going to all of these in Turkey, let us know. I tell you exactly where to go. I think heart and mind is only the Newcastle job, and you not take that job at vast. Can't see Eddie leaving club. He seems a loyal man. He does indeed. Hopes our Bruno has gotten a long night's sleep, but guess that's not happening unless he slept in a hotel last night. That's some truths. How won't go to England job? He won't come back again. He won't come back again. This is a great opportunity for him. England in 5 and 10 years' time. Big up the PB talks. Newcastle top 8. Or where do you think, John? Big up to you, my guy. For me, I think if we're the top 4, after the Chelsea game, I think we could go all the way. I really think we could go all the way. Yeah, I'm confident this team are good enough to be in the top 4. If we can add a couple more players in, beef up the subs bench as well, I think we'll be absolutely fine. So please hit the like button there if you can. That'd be brilliant. So I'll say if we finish 5th or 6th, cool. Top 4 would be a dream. How won't move unless we start losing streak? Always want a cup or 2. That's from Truls. Eddie Howe, time away from coaching, learning from watching other clubs that spent for us and where we were now. Gav, that's a flipping good point, by the way. Great point. We will be dragged through the whole transfer window if we go with English players, in my opinion. That's why, that's why they're going to try and fleece us as well. They always do in Jan. I can't see Spain big in Jan. I think they wait until a new sponsorship comes at the end of the season. FFP will come into play very, very soon. And Tielemans could sign Aston Davy. Right, let's go to the player ratings, guys. You know exactly what to do. We give a player 1 out of 10, and that includes the subs and the manager. You could join it as well. But please keep it clean. No arguments, please, people. We respect their opinions. And if you don't agree with us, cry some more. We'll just say how it is. So, Pete, I'm going to start with you. We're going to go with Nick Pope. And I thought for me, he made a couple good saves. One for Harry Kane. He made a good save from Son, so we tried to do a messy chip. And what would you give him, mate?
Yeah, I give Nick Pope an 8 again. Did very well. Pull off some couple of good saves, particularly the one with his feet. as well, which is really good. And his distribution again has just been really good for me. He knows he wants to come for the ball now, and he's just not frightened. And this lad has just been a bargain for us. And how he's 30 years old is just crazy, because he certainly doesn't play like a 30-year-old goalkeeper at all, does he? And there's probably still going to be some quite a number of years within him still. Nick Pope, 8.
Cool. Let's go for the comps before we get you in. Tony, Manson, Trossard, and Jan for me. And when Callum, Isak are both fit to play, you think they're going to be used in rotation or both at the same time? For me, I think Isak will come back in, and also ASM will come back in straight away. The one thing I will say, competition for this is quite healthy. And I think, look, listen, end of the day, right? I think Isak can make a difference between getting us in the top 4 or getting us into the Europa League conference as well. So if he comes, he hits it off, I think he could be the trump card, which gets into the top 4. And everything said, Popo 8, and 8 for Carroll, 8 from Davy, and 9 from Jules, and 9 like coffee. Chris is 8. Some important saves and bust the box as well. Port makes some crucial saves against one of the Premier's most lethal strike partnership as well. So 8 out of 10. Tony, I'm going to give you the honour of Katie.
Yeah, Trippier. Had a great game yesterday, John. Done everything he needed to do. Showed strong leadership as usual on the pitch. When Pope saved from Son, when he put his hand out, and it was trickling towards the goal line, Kieran Trippier was there to sweep up and tidy up and get rid of it. And done what he had to do. And, I thought he had a great game. Shame he couldn't get a free kick outside the box to pop one in there and, give 2 fingers up to Spurs. But yeah, overall, no, had a great game. I give Trippier a 9 out of 10 without a shadow of a doubt, because you can't give him any less than that, because he's been absolutely brilliant. So yeah, it's a 9 from me, John. And just quickly, did you see Eddie Howe's post-match yesterday when they spoke to him? They said, do you realise Bruno's not slept for 2 nights? And he went, and Eddie Howe says, well, he hasn't told me that. He says, I don't know anything about that. And he was laughing. And he said, I'll have to ask him about that now. He says, but mind you, he says, saying that, even if he hasn't had 2 nights sleep, he would have still played anyway, regardless.
Yeah, I didn't see that, mate. But if that's true, that's hellish, man.
It was, yeah. It was on Sky, yeah. It was on Sky this morning on Sky Sports News. They showed you it.
Oh, no. Mad, man. Oh, that's brilliant, man. Yeah, I'm going to have to check on that, by the way. I really do. But I will catch up. But I'll be working today, so didn't see it. But still. Isak, 2 goals and 3, so he's ready when he is fit. Kate, as Kate, initials K and initials T, by the way. I like
because you said KT.
I did. Wow. Right, just a joke. So we've got Davey, Trippier 9, Anna Coffee 9. Catch up you later, Les. You take care. Trippier's going to be an 8. Very important covering and kept the attack ticking, but lost Kane for the goal. He did indeed. But I mean, for me, if I was giving Trippier, I'll probably give him an 8 just for that very reason. So there you go. You give him a 9. That is cool. And on the other side, PD, I'm going to give you Dan Burn.
Dan Burn, I think, did very well for me yesterday, definitely as well. He really, really did. And I was a little bit worried he was going to get outpaced at first, but no. Eddie Howe still has the faith in him to do something at left back. And again, just as what he had to do, Dan Burn, he's just so big and it's just hard to break down as well. So Burn, I'll give an 8 as well. I'm going to give him an 8.
Cool. Big up to Tom, by the way. He's going to give Kieran a 9. Do hit the subscribe button, Tom, if you can. That'd be brilliant. Thanks so much indeed. Yeah, I've seen that. Fireworks only 24th. I find that shocking. I mean, too early. And keep your pets locked up as well, mate. Yeah, I see your point, mate. Alan, do apologise, mate. 8 for Dan Burn. You take care, Jules. Thanks for the donation, mate. I appreciate that. And take care to Jesse Jules. Burn matches Trippier for 9. That's from Tom. He was not supporting Mark Keane at that call, just a mistake in marking. Yeah. and that's for Merrick. So let's go into the central defence now. I'm going to go with Pete. I'm going to give it Fabian Schär. For me, I think he just gets better and better and better. And not just that as well. His form of little bomb, but Botman, we can come to in a bit, out of the defence. And the first goal was his pass, right, for the first goal. And went to Callum Wilson for that goal. And he made some crucial blocks as well in the area.
Absolutely. It's just glad to see Fabian Schär, what we see of Fabian Schär. And the reason he's becoming back to what he has been now, because he's got better defenders around him and not clowns playing alongside him. Definitely as well, i.e. Jamal Lascelles. So there you are. But yes, I mean, the pass was just fantastic, wasn't it? What a ball it was. And that's what he's known at, to do with Fabian Schär. I would love to see a rocket of a goal from him again. That could come very, very soon again, I hope. Fabian Schär, 9.
9. And look at that. Big up to Foxy, by the way. He's a big Miggy fan sort of thing. So got to be kind to him. You know, he's been fantastic. Doing 9, Burr 9. Schär 10, Botman 9, come to him in a bit. Schär's elegant defender, reminds me of Philippe Albert. He does indeed. And 9, and best bargain in the Premier League, Schär cost £3 million. Really close. Tony, his partner in crime, and Sven Botman. For me personally, he's world class. He is absolutely world class. I say it again. Jamie Webb said there's been some fantastic centre-halves throughout the years in the Premier League. And at 22, this like could be as good as them or a true leader of men. He actually pocketed Kane the whole of the game. Actually pocketed him, right? And I tell you what, if he carries on the way he is, right, I'll run out of applause for this guy. He is world class. I gave him a 10 last night, right? And everyone laughed at us. Go on, Tony, please take it away.
Yeah. So we've got the Rolls-Royce defender in Sven Botman. He's, yeah, I just don't know what more to say, because he's just absolutely fantastic. And he got that block in yesterday, which he put out for the corner. That was the corner, by the way, that led to the goal. But that wasn't his fault. That was him doing his defending. And he tackles right on cue. He doesn't go in rash tackling. He times it to perfection each time and every time. He kept Kane quiet. He kept Son quiet. He spreads the ball. There's only one scoreline for him, and that's a 10. Perfect 10. It's a perfect 10 for Sven Botman.
Big up Sven Botman. Big up to him, by the way. And big up to Nicola as well. And if we can remember for a second time, thank you so much indeed, Nicola. I really appreciate that. If you want to come to me show one day, Nicola, let us know. I'll bring you on as well. And Botman coming in the back of rows 9s, and Andy the Guna fan says 10. And 10 for Botman. Sean Botman 10s, these likely lads. And Nicola also go with a perfect 10 as well. So 10 for Sven Botman. Let's go on to the midfield 3. Pete, I'm going to give you Sean Longstaff.
Again, it was a couple of sloppy moments, but I think it was he won the ball when Lloris made an error for the second goal. That was good for Sean Longstaff to capitalise on that, definitely as well. Just hopefully we can't see improvements there from him, but he can. We do really need to see a lot more, because he can be slow getting into balls as well on the end of things. But hopefully Eddie Howe could do some more work with Sean Longstaff by the looks of it. But other than that, I thought it was a decent performance. I thought I'll go with a 7.
Yeah, sounds about right. Just because you got that assist so far, you come in red in a glass as well. I thought he had one of his better games for me. So 7 out of 10. Big up Tom for subscribing. Thank you so much indeed. I appreciate that, mate. Share the love to you. And let's go on to Tony. You're going to go with Bruno. Do you know what it is, right? This guy, he did all the dirty work as well. I mean, I looked at that tackle again, and I thought he was very lucky not to be sent off as well with that tackle. And he bossed the midfield, created opportunities for others as well. And you know what? Stop counter attacks with his best. Listen, I didn't even think it was the best performance, but what do you think, Tony?
Yeah, he had a gritty performance. I mean, got to cut a little bit of slack with the lad because he's just become a father and he's not really slept much. So to play yesterday, he done really well. He ran his socks off. Did the simple things that he had to do. Yeah, I agree with you with the tackle, but the referee deemed it yellow card. VAR obviously checked it and said it was fine. So, I'm going to give Bruno 9.
Okay, Bruno gets a 9 out of 10. Let's go what the others say. Longstaff got quite a couple of times where we're being slow passing the ball, 7 out of 10. Bruno 10, Nicholas says 10. Night of the league game, Bruno 10, 2 days without sleep and drives to London. Put a performance like that, he's already a legend in my book. Absolutely right. For me, yeah, you give him a 9 out of 10. That is cool. Joe Willock for you. Pete for me, he's full of energy all afternoon. I mean, he played his part, but at the end of the day, with no assist as well. But you look, Naka really came off as well.
Yeah, I thought Joe Willock again did very well. He's starting to really improve on his game now, Joe Willock, which is very, very good. And he knew what that game would have meant for his side yesterday against his former rivals when he's done it playing for Arsenal as well. And I thought I was pleased with that. Just shame the Wilson couldn't get on the end of that one because it could have been an assist for Joe Willock. But other than that, very pleased. So I'll go with an 8.
Okay, 8 out of 10 for Joe Willock. Got one from Bruno saying all midfielders gets a 7 out of 10, Bruno included. Excuse me. Longstaff improved a little from the last season. Box to box midfield is decent, but I'm afraid it's not material for a top 4 position. It's going to win us against a top 4, probably not for me. Willock 7 out of 10, and we got you as well. We're going to give you Miggy. For you, Tony.
Well, you missed it. You not missed another centre midfielder off.
Yeah, Joe Linton. Sorry, I'm going to give you Joe Linton.
No, he was playing on the left yesterday, wasn't he? Left winger.
Yeah, he did.
Yes, he was. I forgot about that.
Yeah, go on. I'm sorry. You give Praise Botman, so I'm going to give you Joe Linton now.
Oh, you gave me Miggy before.
I'll go with Miggy. Then you go with Miggy. I said Miggy.
I'll go with Miggy. Yeah, because I was just in my stride there when Pete said, "Oh, you missed a midfielder." So Mickey, again, full of energy, full of running. Never stopped. Plays that smell on his face. He was just brilliant yesterday. He ran Tottenham ragged, and for the goal, can't take it away. I mean, what a hell of a finish, This guy's trying to rewrite goal of the month every time he takes them. So I've give Botman the 10, so I can't go as far as that, but I'll give Mickey 9.5.
It's going to have to be a 9 or a 10.
Oh, no halves, John. Oh my God, John.
I'll let you off this time. I'll let you off this time. You go 9.5?
You're trying a hard bargain, John. You're trying a hard bargain.
Nah, you get 9.5 then. You give him 9.5. Yeah. I mean, look, for Miggy, I thought he's got a great goal yesterday. I think his energy is fantastic. Spurs did not know didn't have a clue against him at all whatsoever, that sort of thing. They thought he's going to be easy work, but he's in for a shock. Simple as that. So, you got it absolutely right. Foxy gave him a 10, by the way. True, he's filling positions currently, but not 6 European standards. Let's have a look at this one as well. Apologise that. As from Tom, thank you, Tom. We're in the top 4, so we must do something and reach Lauren Gore. Joe Linton 7, Wilson, Ian, Miggy 10. That's from Foxy. Miggy's a 10. Joe 7, Wilson 9, Miggy 9. I think just people are being too hard on these players. Look where we were and how they were playing on the boots. All of them like new players again. Ed deserves so much credit in the players. That's very true. Al Coffey, Bruno 10, Willock 8, Longstaff 6, Joe 7, Wilson 9, Miggy, not Moggy 10, and Miggy 10. Well played, great comeback.
Moggy.
Yeah, I tell you what, well played. Well, he did well to quote it back. Big up. Go on, Peter. We're giving you Joe Linton.
Joe Linton, I thought, did very well yesterday as well, particularly when he ran from 20 yards. He never gave up for me yesterday as well. Thought he was going to score, but he went down. It wasn't a penalty. He did go down too easily, I must admit. But other than that, glad what he just does what he has been doing for us, definitely. So I'll give Joelin an 8.
Fair enough. And we go for Callum Wilson for you, Tony. I thought he's got a cracking goal yesterday. Like he actually body Lloris, by the way, but it's just a clash there. But he just got so quickly and he did a beautiful chip over the helpless Lloris. He's getting a lot of stick from the Spurs fans, by the way. And you know what it is? He was unlucky not to get a second goal when he just couldn't connect from that pass. But boy, I'm not being funny. I think he had a good game yesterday. What do you think, Tony?
Yeah, best game for a few games, to be fair, John. I mean, you know, it just shows you can be quiet and then all of a sudden you can just, any good striker will do that. They'll have they'll have a couple of quiet games and then they'll come back and hit one and you'll be like, wow, hang on. But no, never a foul on Lloris. It was a Lloris error. And it was just a coming together, but Lloris went down too easily, and I think that's what's actually done him as well, because, you know, he wasn't even hit that hard enough to go down the way he did. Absolutely pathetic from a goalkeeper who's supposed to be French number 1 and everything.
Yeah.
But he still had to put the ball in the back of the net. It wasn't an easy finish by any stretch of the imagination. You know, he had to get over them defenders, and then Lloris tried to. It was amazing how quick he was up, on his feet and trying to header that ball. Lloris, as it was going over, from somebody who'd been knocked to the floor. You know, and claimed he was fouled. But no, great finish. I mean, that was a good finish. I mean, you know, you go back last season, remember Burnley when we beat them 1-0. You remember when he put that goal in from a tight angle and kicked it high and it went in, but and that's exactly what he done there. He just sort of put it high so nobody could get anywhere near it. Beautiful finish, deserved it. Yes, he was unlucky with when Joe Willock's cross came over. He couldn't get his foot onto it properly because if he connected with that would have been the back of the net without a doubt. But overall, great game, great goal, and I give a 9 to Wilson.
9. Cool stuff, brilliant stuff. Just going to go on subs in a minute. People are desperate for Diaby Hudson or Dwayne the summer for end product. How many they both scored this season? Like I predicted, the guys scored them both. No, Foxy, I tip your hats off to you, mate. You are absolutely correct. I'm just going to flip and flop on this occasion. I think Miggy's having a fantastic season. It's as simple as that. And we will do the half-term player ratings after the Chelsea game. So keep your eyes peeled for that. So he's going to the substitute bench. You're going to go with Jake and Murphy for you, Pete. I mean, we didn't see it
again. No, I didn't. Yeah, I know. What did I give him yesterday again?
I didn't think he said that. Nah.
I give you Jacob Murphy yesterday, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. I mean, did anyone see him? Did you guys see him?
I didn't. Not really. No.
He got fouled, didn't he? And he did get in a tackle, but other than that, there wasn't a lot from him, really.
No, so 4. I'm sticking with 4 still.
Well, David's giving Murphy a 7.
A 7?
That's what David said.
Oh, wow.
Well, people's got their opinions, man. If he goes
Oh,
7,
wow.
cool. Go for 7. And Tony, Chris Wood.
He wasn't on long enough, John. They were only on for 2 minutes.
And I mean, he did get fouled though, and I think it was Davison Sanchez got booked, or one of them got booked when he brought him down. Like I think it was Sanchez. I could be wrong, but it could be
Emerson Royal, wasn't it?
Yeah, later.
Chicken Royale.
He's poor and he's absolutely awful. I'm sorry, but he is crap. He's
But
poo.
he
That's
wasn't
what
on
Lacey called him. Poo.
He wasn't on long. He wasn't on long enough, so I'm just going to give him a standard 5, John, because I can't give him any more than that because he was only on 2 minutes.
Fair enough. Tom's giving them a 6, and Dave said he ran well. Let's go on to the fans.
Yeah. I mean, you missed out Shelby, but again, wasn't on long enough. But yeah, the fans 10, easily 10. Just atmosphere from them is just so fantastic, isn't it? Just really, really is non-stop. And we're absolutely buzzing as a fan base where we are sitting in the league table at the moment.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's go on to the referee, Tony. I mean, he said yesterday on your channel. I mean, I know for the people who haven't watched it last night, right? There's 44 people watching live. Tell us what you think of the referee's performance yesterday. I thought it was absolutely shocking.
I mean, he's not the greatest referee. We know that. I mean, I suppose in some respect, if you watch it back, he has let the game try and flow. And, you know, he was correct in the decision on Wilson, because he could have so easily blew his whistle and stopped that there and then, thinking that Lloris had been fouled. But he didn't, and fair play to the referee, letting it play on and, you know, let VAR take over, because that's what he's done virtually. But I still don't rate him as a referee. I still think he's quite a poor referee. Maybe I gave him a bit of injustice last night, giving him a 2. So tonight I'll give him a 4.
Wow. Flip and flop there. Fair enough, fair enough. I thought he was 4 still, yeah, but he can be better. He could do better than that as a referee. 10 swinging shirts above the heat in the rain. Aston Davy, Craggers 100. It was great to watch at the end after the whistle blew. Aston Tom. Watching the Rashika's game or Ali awful, but I didn't realize they were every place were leaving. I didn't know that as well. Seeing that guy dancing in the rain at halftime was quality. That's Andrew Johnson. Andrew, please hit the subscribe button if you can. That'd be amazing. Thank you very much indeed. And Davey Ref gives a 6 out of 10 as well. We've gone to Eddie Howe. Give you the honours that one, Pete, the manager.
Oh, Eddie Howe, I think I'm going to give Eddie a 9. Again, team lineup got it really, really well once again. I see Tony said 10 there. Well, you can't, 10s you can't do as well. He's just been so amazing, hasn't he? And he's took us into a Champions League position.
Absolutely.
All right, I'm going to reverse the decision. I'll go 10 out of 10 then.
Hey!
VAR reversed the decision.
Yeah, we reversed it. I decided he's a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 for Eddie Howe. So that's our player ratings this evening, match ratings as well. We're going to wrap up there as well. Tell us what you think and leave in the comment section down below and tell us your player ratings as well. I'd love to hear from you as well. And if you liked the video, like what you see, hit the like, but hit the subscribe button as well. If you want a super chat, then that's cool. They know exactly what to do. Thank you very much for Truls for the super chat. I appreciate that. And thank you, Finda Caller Robson, as well, for the joining a member as well. So I got 1 out of 10. I've got how gets a 10. Got to the point where as a fan, you don't even need to question the lineup anymore. And take care to you guys as well. Tom, make sure you come back again, my guy. So, Pete, where do you find your new shows, mate? Where do you find your plugins, mate?
Okay, so YouTube, PD Prologue, Facebook page, PD Prologue, Twitter, PD Prologue, Instagram, PD Prologue. So feel free to follow and subscribe, and we'll be live in about 10 minutes' time with you two again. So looking forward to it. So feel free to check out and get tuned in at 8 o'clock.
Thank you. 3 Musketeers.
Yeah.
3 Musketeers. That'd be a brilliant.
All for one and one for all.
Exactly. big up, my guy. That'd be brilliant. The V Legends, maybe. So you never know. Bye, Tyler Coffee. I hope you have a good evening, mate. 20 times for hard work. Right, John was sunbathing in Turkey. Absolutely. Bye for you, Merrick. You take care, mate. And I really appreciate it. Thanks for coming on for the very first time. Hope you had a good holiday, John. I sure did, mate. It was really fantastic in Turkey. Absolutely loved the place, but it's expensive for next year. Amazing. So it's going to be tough if we go back next year. Foxy, you mean Manchester? Wow. He loves. I tell you what. Why do you support Man U then, Mason, man? You know?
That was a bit.
Wow. He keeps mentioning Manchester Raw. Then, you know, Mason, I'm only teasing you, mate. You know that. Hope you had a good holiday, by the way. Foxy has been fantastic. Thank you very much indeed. Oh, I forgot to tell you where you can find your new plugins, mate.
Yeah. So you can find me down there at Tony2031 on Twitter. Give me a follow and I'll follow you back. And I've also launched a brand new channel which started on Saturday and we were on last night as well. It's called It's All Black and White TV. And I'll type that in, or if you type my name in, Tony Finlay, on YouTube, and you'll find my channel somewhere along there. Come along, have a look, see what you think. There's more shows to come, and check it out. And don't forget to give a like and a subscribe. It's free. Thank you very much.
There you go. Do follow his new channels and on Tony's new channel, and it is cracking. Been there for a couple of years, and so far it's going fantastically well. And I got a fan with Manchester All City fans. That's amazing. Cool show, guys. Rob from New Zealand. Rob, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, mate, please do so, mate, because my channel's just getting better and better all the time. Rob, do that, be amazing. Thank you very much indeed. And big up New Zealand as well. So, guys, this is it then. So I'll be back tomorrow for the Premier League prediction show with Tony and Mercy. And I'll see you back on Pete's channel very, very soon. Guys, I've quit with you very, very quickly. But until then, guys, great watching this, and take care. And it is a goodbye. Watch what you're doing.